Walker, you know how we do, baby. Back with something light. I'm back with something light. Yo, UFC 259 this weekend, yo. I'm not gonna talk too much. Let's just get straight to the point. So first off, we have Santos versus Ratic. Santos is the number 2 light heavyweight ranked, right? So potentially Santos beats Ratic. He's up next for the title shot, you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know too much about Ratic, but I do know that um I think Santos was a bigger threat to John Jones than Dominic Reyes was. I just don't think John Jones took Reyes seriously, right? And Santos actually beat Yan before, right? So I feel like Santos is a serious threat in the light heavyweight division, and potentially I'm not gonna say whoever. When Izzy beats Yan, I think Santos is gonna be the one that's next in line to get that fight, and he has good speed, great leg kicks, and he's got power. That's why he's got Thor's hammer tattooed on his chest. Then you got Islam versus Doba. I don't really know too much about Doba, but I do know that Islam is being courted by Khabib. That's how I say it, and everyone knows like it's for me, bro. I feel like part of the reason why Khabib doesn't want to come back is because it's almost perfect. Because it's like he retired, right? He's keeping the belt for some time. Dana White doesn't know if he's gonna come back, right? And while this is going on, Islam is fighting and raising his stock. You know what I'm trying to say? So Islam beats this guy, right? With the power that Khabib has inside the UFC, he could potentially be fighting someone in the top 10 or even top 7, top 5 in his next fight. And he beats someone in the top 7, top 5. He's basically what? He's in the conversation for a title fight, or he's one fight away from the title fight. You know what I'm trying to say? Which is which is perfect strategically for Khabib and their whole camp, because it's like right now Poirier's not gonna fight, right? Connor's not fighting. He's probably gonna fight in the next 3 or 4 months. Gaethje's probably gonna fight in the next 3 or 4 months, right? So if Islam can win this fight and then fight fight before Connor, Gaethje, and those guys fight to get that top 5 ranking, then one of those guys have to fight him, and he has to be inside a conversation for who gets to fight for the title. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's almost perfect in my opinion, and I feel like that's how the light heavyweight division is going down. I think that's how Khabib wants it. He wants Islam's stock to rise so that when the title is being talked about, when the title is being in contention, Islam's basically either going to be the person that is fighting for the interim belt, or he's gonna be the person that after the person that gets the title wins the title, and he's next, if that makes sense. Then after you have Yan versus Peta. I don't even know how to say it because Russians say their Peter different. I think it's Peter or Peter. I don't know, but he's a Russian. Is he Russian Orthodox or Russian Catholic? I'm not too sure. But I'm just gonna say Yan. Yan's boxing is next level. Like his boxing is next level. Like his boxing, his whole stand up is literally next level. And my thing, like this is why I love Eastern Europeans. They're hard. They're hardworking people. Like they're no bullshit. There's none of that. Like once it's time to work, like you see the Khabib, like when it's time to train, they kill themselves. I feel like Yan is the same way. If you look at Shevchenko, she's the same way. And I feel like Yan is scary because even if the thing is Sterling he's aka Aljamain, you know, the human backpack, and I'm trying to say it's like his stand up is good, but Yan's stand up, I think Yan has the better of him in stand up, right? But Sterling's style is very awkward, which should throw Yan off. That could throw Yan off. And the thing is that Sterling's the type of wrestler, I don't know what even wrestling he does, but he's the first like American wrestler I see that like he doesn't need to take you down, but he's still taking you down in the sense that he can take your back and stand up, and he's still doing ground and pound while he's on your back, right? And it's almost like with Americans, it's like, yo, once they fail to take down once or twice, they're done. But with Sterling, it's like he doesn't need to take you down for you to be on the ground, if that makes sense. Which is why Sterling is such a great contender for Yan, because it's like it's gonna be a hard fight. I feel like this fight, I feel like it's gonna go like round 3 or 4. If it goes the distance, I'll be surprised because Yan fights don't really go the distance. Because my whole thing is, can Sterling match up with Yan on the standing? That's what I say. Can he match up with Yan, right? And my thing, I think Sterling's bigger than Yan. My thing is that, can Yan cope with Sterling's pace? Can he cope with Sterling's awkward style? And how does he defend a takedown? Like, I do want Sterling to win. I do. But I just don't see how he wins. I think that Yan takes him. I feel like he takes him out in the third or the fourth round. I feel like after just watching Yan's fight and how like he literally just, I feel like he starts off slow, but when he finds his range, he's deadly. And I don't see I don't see Sterling submitting him. I feel like it's gonna be really hard to get someone like Yan's back because he's so good on his feet. He throws tremendous kicks. Like, it's disgusting. I just feel like Yan and Sterling, they're almost the perfect matchup in UFC, if that makes sense. You have a great wrestler and you have someone that's great on the stand up, right? Both guys can fight on the ground and they can fight standing. But the thing with American wrestling is that in matchups like this, when you expect them to take the fight to the ground, they never take the fight to the ground. So my thing is this: if you don't see Sterling trying to take the fight to the ground, if you don't see him trying to take Yan's back in the first round, it's danger for Sterling, in my opinion. Because I just don't think his stand up is as good as Yan's stand up. I don't think he can beat Yan in 5 rounds standing up. So if Sterling can't successfully take down Yan, and he can't take down Yan's back, it's gonna be a bloodbath standing up. And Sterling has been knocked out. So it's gonna be interesting. Nunes versus Megan Anderson. This fight, bro, I've been wanting Nunes to lose since forever. Since Cyborg days, I've been wanting her to lose. Like, I just don't like the whole idea of you trying to fight your countryman. I'm saying man, like your country mate. I'll say mate. I just don't like it. It's kind of like Israel and Kamari, right? These guys are like literally fanboys for each other. Like, they watch each other's fights, they back each other up, they cheer for each other, right? They have it's like with Nigerians, it's like you don't even know the person, but as soon as you guys sit down, you're like your best friend because you share something that no one else shares with you, right? So it's like you've known each other in a different life, you know what I mean? So I feel like for you to even call out your countrymen, because Brazils have been inside MMA for a while, and they never used to fight like this, and I feel like this is something new. And for you to want to take your country like mate's belt, it just shows a lot about Amanda Nunes, in my opinion. And I just feel like she's, don't get me wrong, she's good. She knocked out Cyborg, right, with an overhand. Cyborg got too quick, you know what I'm trying to say? Her stamina gauge got depleted quick. She went too out. I don't even know how I'm talking about that fight. But I just feel like whenever Nunes fights someone that is better than her standing, she just uses her big frame to take the person down. And she's big. She's heavy. She's big. And I feel like for once, right, when you look at Megan Anderson, how big Megan is and how long she is, I feel like for the first time in Nunes' career, she is going to have to fight standing up against someone that is actually going to attack her. If that, like, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Because who's the Dutch woman? The Dutch woman that she fought, right, had great stand up. She was tall like Megan, right? But she had no ground game. So Nunes just took her down for like the whole fight and was just grounding and pounding her the whole fight. But standing up, Nunes was losing, right? Megan can actually wrestle, which is my point. She can actually wrestle. She can actually submit people, right? She can actually stand up, right? She actually is about that, right? So my whole thing with Megan is, don't let the fight go down to the ground, right? And if it does go down to the ground, be the person that's in the right positions. Let it be a standing out fight. Use the clinch, tire out Nunes. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, give Nunes an actual fight. And I feel like Megan's gonna do that. I feel like Megan is actually a bantamweight. Like, she's actually meant to be inside this weight division. She can't go up, she can't go down. This is her division. So for once, Amanda's actually fighting someone that's actually like, this is their division. So the size advantage could be there, but I don't see it being there. I feel like the reach is gonna be it's gonna be trouble for Nunes too. Megan needs to use advantage of the reach, and she needs to throw the jab. And I want to see more of that straight that she used to knock out Dumont. Then finally, Izzy versus Yan, and this is the fight that this is the main event. Now I'm trying to say, like, this is the fight that essentially is gonna make Izzy Izzy. I feel like in the middleweight he cleared all of those guys out, and a lot of people that haven't followed Izzy, that don't know Izzy, don't know that Izzy used to fight heavyweight. He used to fight light heavyweight. And the thing with fighting that a lot of people don't understand is that the person that's moving up always has the advantage. Because the person that's already inside the division is like, okay, let's say you're in heavyweight division, someone from middleweight comes to heavyweight. That person is quicker, he's lighter, he has more speed. Okay, the power may not fully be there, but the one thing inside this world is that you can always gain strength, but quickness is hard to gain. And I'm trying to say, like, if you watch sports like football, if you watch sports like even stuff like hockey, quickness is one of the toughest things to gain. But power, anyone can become weak and then become strong. Anyone can. But for you to for you to be slow and become quick, it's not really possible. It's not. You can become quicker, but it's not the same as getting stronger, right? So Izzy's at an advantage because it's like he's already quick. Like, he's quick. In the middleweight division, he's too quick for them. Like, he's too quick for the middleweight division, but his frame is a light heavyweight division frame. So imagine him going up to fight Yan when he's already too quick for the people at light heavy middleweight. And the thing that everyone is talking about is that Yan's Polish power. And in the middleweight, everyone that Izzy had to fight was more powerful than him, essentially. Everyone was more powerful than him already. So everyone's talking about Yan's power is different. Izzy's already been fighting guys that have been stronger than him. Like, that was his whole middleweight story, that these guys are all stronger than him, and you guys still didn't believe that this guy is legit. Now he's going up to fight Yan, and the same thing. Yan hits him with one punch, he's gone. Like, the power's too much. Well, that's the same thing in the middleweight division. And if you guys watched the Costa fight, Izzy showed up with, you know, the famous kick that Anderson Silva used to use, the one that goes straight down the middle and hits their chin, or is it the jawline right here? Izzy was thrown that a couple of times against Costa, right? And I feel like you're gonna see that kick a lot in the Yan fight. The body kicks that Yan throws, they're too slow. And also in the Costa fight, when Costa was throwing the same body kicks that are brutally and they destroy people's ribs, Izzy was actually waiting for the kicks so he can catch them. So it's like he knew the kicks were coming, so he was waiting to catch them. Izzy is taller than Yan. Okay, Yan is, let's say, big beefier, but for me, it's like, I don't see how you're gonna hit Izzy. Yan is too slow. He's too slow, and when you actually study Yan's fights, whenever he's about to, like, he also does a blitz. And Robert Whittaker does the blitz too. So it's like everything that Yan has, Izzy has fought in different people, which is what he's not telling you guys. Yan has a blitz when he just goes off his foot and then he goes like this, like a big bear, right? And he leaves himself wide open. Whenever Yan throws his hook, his whole body is wide open, and Izzy can just hit him with a straight or lean back, and then I believe Izzy has a longer reach than him as well. So it's like everyone knows Izzy's gonna fight on the outside. That's what Izzy does. But I just feel like this is gonna be a long fight. It may not go like, I don't think Izzy's gonna knock him out in the second round. I feel like this is gonna be a TKO in the third or fourth round. I just don't. Obviously, Yan is gonna hit Izzy, but Izzy's been hit by power by Yan power. He's been hit by Yan power. You know what I'm trying to say? That's another thing that you guys don't understand, is that Izzy can find a training partner that's stronger than Yan and go a whole camp sparring with someone stronger than Yan, right? But to find someone that fights like Izzy, you can't do that. Does that make sense? So Izzy can find someone that hits hard. You know what I mean? He can find someone that throws a mean hook. He can. It may not be the same way, but he's still getting, his body is still adjusting to that power, if that makes sense. You know, with someone, but for you to adjust to speed, it's hard to adjust to a particular person's speed, if that makes sense. So I just feel like Izzy's too elusive. I don't think this is the hardest fight on Izzy's career. I think this fight, I think is easier for Izzy than the Costa fight, because with this fight, Izzy doesn't have that emotional connection to Yan. I feel like Costa and Izzy was an emotional fight too. Like Izzy said, it was the bully versus the victim versus the bully, and Izzy had to really focus and not let his emotion get in the way. I think for this fight, Izzy's gonna have lots of fun. I think he's gonna have lots of fun. I think you're gonna see a TKO in the third or fourth round. I think Izzy's gonna do what he always does. He's gonna beat up Yan's legs. I feel Yan's gonna have a tough time finding. Yan's gonna have a tough time landing clean shots on Izzy, which is gonna frustrate him. Izzy's feints are gonna throw off Yan's timing, and I feel like because Yan is so stationary in his movement, he doesn't move well. Yan is so stationary, you're gonna see Izzy throw a lot of nice jabs, you're gonna see a lot of straight kicks down the middle, and I feel like Izzy's just gonna wear and tear him. The way Izzy fights, he fights like he's Naruto. He chops off chakra points. Like in the Costa fight, he chopped off Costa's chakra points in his legs, and then he's like, okay, bet now I can start letting it loose. Inside the Robert Whittaker fight, he was chopping off chakra points inside Robert's head, like with the feints. And at the end of the round, he knew that the blitz was coming. He leaned 1-2, and I just feel like Yan's gonna get. Yan's not the type of fighter to just stand back and let someone just feint him all day. Yan is obviously gonna go in with the blitz, and I feel like Izzy knows that. His camp knows that, and I feel like when that happens, Izzy's gonna be in top shape, because the one thing that people don't realize is that when Izzy fought Gastelum, Izzy realized how good he was. And he's like, I'm never taking damage like that again. Right? And ever since then, Izzy doesn't get touched in fights. Ever since Gastelum, Izzy hasn't been damaged in any fight because he realized how good he was. So now that he knows how good he is, right, and he realized that against Gastelum, like, yo, like he put himself down to a lower level. And now that he realized how good he really is inside this UFC sport, no one can touch him. Like, his defense is what people don't talk about. They say elusiveness and this and this. It's not just elusive enough, it's like Mayweather. It's like 1 minute he's dead, the next he's dead. He's not. He's hitting with shoulder rolls. He's blocking your kicks. Someone like Costa couldn't even land clean punches. I don't think he landed a single punch on Izzy. And it's like, Yan is slower than Costa. You can say he's stronger, but he's a lot slower than Costa. So I just feel like you guys may think that I'm sounding really biased, but it's hard for me to, because when you watch someone like Anderson Silva that moved up, right? It's probably the same argument. These guys are too strong. These guys are too strong. But UFC is like Mayweather used to say, like, all of you guys are trying to fight, but we out here trying to box. Like, this is a mixed martial arts. You know what I'm trying to say? Izzy's not going there to fight people. He knows that if he goes there to fight people, like, if you go there to fight, of course he's gonna get knocked out. He's going there to have a mixed martial arts. He's going there to do arts. You know what I'm trying to say? And I just feel like the only way Yan wins is if Yan constantly puts pressure, doesn't let Izzy breathe, bats him onto the cage, beats him up, and he makes it a Rocky Balboa movie. That's the only way. But other than that, I feel Izzy's got it like TKO in the fourth round. And I feel like this is gonna be one of the sickest fight cards in MMA history. But it's King Colin Walker, you know how we do, baby.